can't even
Make sure you wear safety glasses whenever you're running the wet saw or the grinder, because we're talking about a high-speed cutting wheel here and fragments of tile flying, so protect your eyes. Now you're going to like this wet saw. It cuts really, really nice and clean with no dust. Turn it on. Let the blade do the work. And that's it. Just that easy. Perfect cut. Polishes the edge. There's no sharp edge.
Notice we have a drop cloth in here where we're going to be coming out with dripping tile.
Yeah, we don't want to get our floor all ruined. We got a brand new tile floor, so we've got a drop cloth to walk on. We've got our counters covered, and we're just taking precautions so that we don't mess up anything while we're doing something. So
yeah, we did cover our countertop with rosin paper, which is a good idea. But I'm also going to be using these are just tricks of the trade. I'm also going to be using these pieces of cardboard here that I have as extra padding protectors for wherever I'm putting down tools, mastic, whatever. It's like, don't be pitching them. You're going to love them. 3-inch wide pattern on here. Just trying to pick up, because you don't want to put down a whole lot more mastic than what you need. Alright.
you just spread that on there, and you let the trowel do the work. All right. Once you spread it on, you use the teeth in the trowel, the notches in the trowel, to spread the thin set, and it leaves these little ridges. All right, and that also takes off what you don't need and spreads only what you do need on there. All right, it pulls off the excess. You don't want to put globs of this on. It doesn't have to be a 1/2 inch thick. It should only be as thick as the notches in the trowel, which are 3/16 of an inch thick, and that's the bed of mortar that you're putting on here, the bed of thin set that you're putting on here. Or actually mastic, not thin set. It's the bed of, in this case, mastic that you're putting on. You're so used to using thin set for floor tile applications.
Yeah, you can use thin set on these also. We just decided to go mastic. You got a little bit more work time, move around time. 2, you only got to wait a day to grout in between mastic. 3, it wipes right off and washes off with a sponge. So I got a nice little field of mastic started. These are going to go quick. That's why we took our faucet out there, by the way. Try not to leave any misses, gaps, whenever. Alrighty. Okay. And the first one that we had there was our cut tile. Basically.
And ours just happens to be going right up against the door. Yours may not be.
I'm just going to go up a little bit higher, making sure I got mastic under every tile. So I know I got to go right to the bottom of the outlet here. Okay. Alright.
Just push them in and give them a bump with the side of your hand. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Just a couple taps, and that sets them in the thin set.
Yeah, you don't want it actually gooking out through your tile.
In the mastic.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get it right here, so I think we'll be calling it thin set a lot here. All right, so there's our first tile. We're almost done.
Yeah. Alright. Right here you do got a double net. I might just put a little bit just for giggles and what's where the two are going to come together. These tile kind of space themselves. Okay. Okay.
And once you get them set and you like what you see, let it alone. Bump them in there with the palm of your hand. All right.
Get them doing nice, where they feel good. If you see anything falling or dropping, now's the time to go back, if you had to, and put a spacer in. But these look pretty good. Wherever I just joined those two tile, which I couldn't even tell you, I guess is right about here. I'm just going to check it with a spacer. Looks good to me, and we'll go on to the next one. When you go on to, let's say I'm using this one here next.
And that spacer just keeps us on our mark.
Yep. This is my next pattern here that's going to be going on, but I got this extra netting here. If it's me, I would be cutting that extra netting out of my way. That's why I got a nice 3/4 board here.
Just a retractable utility blade cuts that right off.
I'm not cutting on top a piece of cardboard on top of a brand new counter.
There we go. Nice.
Is the way I would be doing it, and as you see, that's the way I did it. Once again, I got a double mesh spot there, you know, where I definitely want a little bit of mud to hit that one that's sticking out where I got some double mesh. So I'm just going to add just a tad of mastic. That way I know that one's definitely, you know, where I squeeze through the double mesh, I know I'm in there. Every place else I know I'm hitting.
Flop them in, let them sit right down on the counter.
Yeah.
Bump them in with your palm of your hand, and then get one of your little spacers in between each of your...
Yeah, you can see right there where I join them together. My spacers are tight. So I'm going to slide these over a tad. Like I said, just keep an eye on everything. You can put a spacer wherever you need it. If, like I said, if you get too much mastic, I can put them high and low. This mastic sets up kind of quick. I can come back and pull them out as I need.
So you put three spacers there down the whole tile.
Yeah, on this one, if I even need 3.
Alright.
Yeah, make sure your bottom ones are in nice. The rest of the stuff washes off with water. Like I said, I may make this look a little easy, but it really is easy.
It is easy.
You're putting your just make sure you got plenty of glue down. Pay attention you're not scratching your faucet and your counter. Make sure you got it to the height of the tile that you need. Yeah, pay attention you're not bumping your faucet like I just did, but that was just a hose. This time I'll get some glue to the bottom part. I could be going, if I want, I could be going upward, if I want.
Yeah, the trowel has notches on the side and the front edge.
Yeah.
But like we said, you just the notches in the trowel make it so that you can only put on 3/16 of an inch, and it will pull off what it doesn't need. But you see, it leaves these ridges, and those ridges make a nice bed for the tile to set in. So when you're bumping them with the palm of your hand, what you're doing is you're squishing your tile into those ridges for a nice even set. All right, cut out your excess mesh. Now, if you're using tiles that don't have mesh, now we're using a tile that's on a mesh. I love Backsplash tile that's on the mesh. You could be buying individual 3x3, 4x4, 6x6 tiles and doing them one at a time.
Yeah.
And if you are, then you're going to do the exact same thing. You're just not going to be working off of a sheet of mesh. But just imagine how long it would take to set all those little tiles, you know, 1x1s and 2x2s and 2x4s and make it look that good. I mean, we did all that there in about 2 minutes, and if they were individual little tiles, it would have taken us about 15 minutes to get that far. And that's why when you buy these tiles pre-packaged like this on the mesh with the pattern already started, you save yourself a ton of time. Alright, so easy so far, right guys? I mean, this is not the rocket science, or me and Tom would definitely not be qualified to do this. Well, maybe Tom would be.
No,
Tom, are you a rocket scientist?
I did not take up rocket
You didn't take
science.
take that in college?
I had
Astrophysics? Well, that's a form of it, isn't it? No.
I was a ground equipment repairman, aerospace ground equipment repairman in the Air Force.
Well, there you go. That's
But
close.
that had nothing to do with ceramic
It
tile.
doesn't qualify you as a brain surgeon then.
No. Right over here where I did get a little bit of mastic in between my joint, I can either clean this out now or I can clean it out then, it don't matter.
Yeah, but if you don't clean it out,
you will.
It ain't coming out.
Yeah, it comes out in a day, but you gotta like work it out with a nail or something. Check your spaces. We're moving right along.
And another reason that you don't want to put this on too thick is when you push these back, if you got it on too thick, it will squish out between the cracks, between the tiles, and you'll play hell getting that out of there. The only thing we want in these cracks is going to be our grout that we're going to be putting in here tomorrow. All right, you do not want the thin set to be so thick on the wall that it squishes through these grout joints in the tile. So that's why we're using a 3/16 inch notch trowel and not some big honking 1/4 inch notch trowel, which would put on way too thick of a bed of thin set. They also make an 1/8 inch notch trowel as well, which works well too. But I think 3/16 is probably the biggest I would consider using for this application. With these little
this seems to be
grout
working
joints.
well.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
And I think we have plenty.
What's that?
Plenty of wall mastic. I bought 2 of these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we do got 2 areas.
Alright, so our first row, guys, is real easy because we're lucking out. We're below our switches and our outlets. So we don't have any cuts except we had to cut the first tile to get it to start against the door frame there. And when we get down here into the corner, we'll have to make our cut on the end. Now we'll run this the whole way around 3 rows high first.
1 second here. Okay. We're going to show you how to do one of these right here. Our first tile that we're going to be coming across here with, I'm just going to get a space of about our normal spacing, and I'm looking across at the bottom of our blue box, which puts me to here.
The blue electrical box in the
Yeah, the blue electrical box. Same thing on the side here. I'm going to find the side of the blue box, which is right here, and I'm transferring that to my tile.
Okay.
Alright. What we do is we go ahead and we draw this out. This will be my first tile cut. Alright, Ed's going to take that onto the wet saw and cut that there and there. When he brings it back, it's going to look like that. Okay, now that I got it looking like that, these are decor line receptacles, which means this is gonna go right there.
So those metal ears go on top of the tile.
Yes, they do. I'm gonna space this down to where I gotta go. Even though the metal ears go on top of the tile, I have to have this notched out for my screw to fit in.
Wow.
So now Ed's gonna take that back out and actually notch that down into a V or etch out as much of that as possible so that I even have room for my outlet to fit in there. So yep, he's gonna take this out right here. He's gonna cut me out a big loop without breaking that tile.